Yeah. Yeah, back in 2000, broke but bold. Four fools chasing wires and gold. Alarm lines running through studs and beams. Big time plans, duct tape dreams. My brother consults, we crawl in attics. Mitch says, boys, I got the tactics. Sales and books, don't you worry none. Turns out math wasn't his strongest one. I had an Avalon clean and slick. Bank still owned about half of it. Mitch said, man, I want that ride, but his wallet and credit both denied. So we shook hands, wrote it down clean. Missed 3 payments, I'll intervene. He said, deal with a sideways grin. That should have been my warning then. Something didn't sit quite right. Numbers are wrong and stories tight. Phones went dead, truth got thin. That's when trouble settled in. I kept my cool, I played it slow. Sometimes you wait before you go. Yeah, I learned more than I let on then. Just didn't know how it would end. Week goes by, he's Utah bound. Sick father-in-law, word gets around. Took my car, said bills are paid. Mailbox said that's a lie he made. QuickBooks looking like tangled wire. Money vanished in the fire. We called and called, straight to tone. Man disappeared like dialed up gone. 2 weeks later he rolls back in. Says I'm moving west but I still get my end. 25% like he earned a throne. While we're crawling attics, breaking bones. Then his wife calls, voice like flame. You'll never see that car again. I stared at that phone a while, then started thinking with a smile. Something didn't sit quite right. Numbers wrong and stories tight. Phones went dead, truth got thin. That's when trouble settled in. I kept my cool, I played it slow. Sometimes you wait before you go. Yeah, I learned more than I let on then. Just didn't know how it would end. Bus to Utah, Uncle Giz on deck. 7 houses and a wild goose trek. 6 wide open, 1 shut tight. So I came back creeping late one night. Flashlight beam at 4 a.m. Caught a glimpse through the window then. There she sat behind that door, like she knew what I came there for. Called the cops, they backed away. Keep the peace is all we'll say. So I had to think a different route. Piece it together, figure it out. Then it hit me, Sunday pews, welfare ties and church house clues. Found the time, planned it clean. Quietest move I'd ever seen. It was the 3rd car in on a Sunday morn. While the choir sang and the Spirit was born, I slid in quiet, turned that key. Said hallelujah, she's coming with me. No sirens wailing, no big scene. Just a man reclaiming what he'd seen. They prayed inside, I rolled on out. Sometimes faith works itself out. Dispatch said, son, you can't do that. I said, ma'am, you might check the facts. Put me on hold, felt like years. I was sweating bullets, fighting fear. She came back cool, calm and low. Sir, looks like you're good to go. I said, well, bless this day above. Hung up smiling like I'd won. It was the 3rd car in on a Sunday morn. While the choir sang and the Spirit was born. They walked outside saying, where'd it go? Guess the Lord works fast, you know. I hit the road, tank filled up. Left him praying for a little luck. 3-day drive, peace of mind. Sometimes justice takes its time. They called that night about stuff inside. I said, yeah, I'll return it in time. Officer laughed, said whenever's fine. Guess he'd heard enough that night. Now every time I pass a church, I grin a little thinking about that search. Ain't proud of all, but I'll admit that Sunday morn worth every bit.